copies of any and all resolutions that have been passed over the past 10 years. I've talked to the city manager and the city attorney. I've also talked to the attorney for the preservation company, Alan Steiner, informally. I met with him today. I told him the actions that we were going to take, or that I was going to take, and he believed that it was an appropriate response to the newspaper articles. So that's the first action. The second action is he's of the opinion that just some mistakes were made in some paperwork, and hopefully it will be cleared up. So I've asked for a copy of the complete list of all current or former elected city officials, employees, volunteers on any board or commissions, or their families who have received any property, grants, or loans from the Preservation Company over the past 10 years. That's going to be requested by the city manager or the city attorney in a letter to the Preservation Company, and hopefully they'll respond. And
the city videographer
we'll make sure that there's no other surprises coming. I already got a call from 2 developers with major projects pending, and they're concerned about the city's image. So lastly...
So let me ask you a question. So as the mayor, you're able to ask for these things, or as a council, we're supposed to ask for these things?
You can ask for anything you want. That's what I'm asking for, and I'm providing you with a copy of what I'm asking for.
But my question is, are we working as a council, or is this just what you want to do?
Well, I hope that you would join in with me that this and agree that this would be an appropriate response.
My question is, this is just you personally doing this, or are we doing this as a council? Because you didn't ask us as a council if we were going to do this.
That's why I'm passing it out to you. I think it's an appropriate response, and I would...
But you didn't discuss this with us. You just did this.
I'm discussing it with you now.
No, you wrote these letters and sent them out on January 19th with your signature.
I'm handing it out now for the first time.
But you didn't ask Vinny, or maybe you did. You didn't ask Joe. As far as I know, you didn't ask me. You didn't ask Andre. You just did this.
I'm providing you with a copy of what I'm requesting from my city.
But one more time, you did not ask this council. You took this upon yourself.
Right now, I'm handing it to the city manager.
You're giving it to him now?
Yeah, exactly. I'm letting you know what I'm doing.
What you're doing on behalf of yourself, but not on behalf of this council.
Well, if you don't think this is an appropriate response, you can certainly comment or not comment.
Well, I haven't seen the article, so I don't know. But I'm just saying, I would think that you will come to the council and discuss this with us before you decide that this is the action that you're doing.
I'm not the council. I'm the mayor of the city. The city deserves a response to a horrible allegation. I hope it's not true. I don't know where the facts go. It's not for us to investigate, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. But
that may be. But I am a councilwoman in this city, and I would expect that as a mayor, that you would sit in this council and discuss this with us before you take your own actions. This may absolutely be appropriate. However, I would think that you should have asked us first.
I'm here to talk to you about it now.
No, you're not talking to us. You're throwing us in our face and saying this is what I said I'm going to do.
I'm not throwing anything in your face, Councilwoman.
Okay,
that's
whatever.
Fine.
So we know where this all came from and what it's about. So moving on.
But you see, it's flippant response like that that gets us into lawsuits.
It's flippant and disgusting that
if you don't like it, sue me.
This is the tip of the iceberg.
So your friend can go and do that. Very well, Mr. Mayor.
It's not my friend.
Yeah, it's your friend. Right, the corruption
that is what...
Beat me up one at a time, okay?
Don't worry about beating up.
Try to control yourself. One at a time.
Not worth it.
Are you asking if this is an appropriate response to what you read in the newspaper?
I'm asking for this information.
Right.
No, he's not asking.
And I'm asking for the city manager.
He's asking the city manager.
That's correct.
Okay.
So like the council doesn't get a chance.
Just copy to the common council. That's fine.
Everyone knows that.
Don't even go there, Drew. Don't even go there.
I don't think you should make any comments.
You shouldn't. Because
that's right, because you'll make them
without
for me.
Without the advice of council.
Yeah. Oh, please, Frank.
Just come on. Really?
All right, keep going.
So, Richard, the letter will go out to the Preservation Company asking them for that information.
This should go on the mayor's letterhead, because I don't think the council, unless everybody here is in agreement to do this, I don't think this is a council agreement.
It doesn't require a council vote. It's what the city is. This is the city's response.
I think you have one vote, and there's 7 here.
It's your response, Mayor. It's not the city's response.
So you want to have the discussion? I mean, I don't really want to have this discussion. Do you guys want to have this discussion? Listen, we've all read, if you haven't read the newspaper article, you probably should.
Right.
I don't want to politicize this, and Drew, in all honesty, I really think that the responses that were given to the reporter in discussing the matter quite frankly, I don't think everybody fully understands the severity of the allegation and the admittance of what had occurred, apparently, in 2007. But for any individual, and let me just say this, for any individual to sit on a council or this council and approve money to a private organization, and then take that money for their own personal use and gain, is not appropriate, in my opinion, and not appropriate in the opinion of the law, as well stated by anybody you want to talk to. So that being said, if you think that's an appropriate action by any sitting council member, then I think you misunderstand the responsibilities of protecting the public's interest. That being said, if this is the information and the information that was provided by the preservation company in that article, every transaction that has transpired with the city and the preservation company for whatever time period you want to look at, and this is 10 years, you can go back 20 years, is something that the city should be concerned about, no matter who was involved with it at the time.
And let me just say this, Vinny, I think that it is terrible that you have misconstrued information.
I just know what I read.
Well, that certainly was not in any of the articles that I read.
Okay.
Okay, that was not in any of the articles that I read. So you have certainly misconstrued the information.
I don't want to get into debate. If you want me to ask you the questions you answered already, that's fine. I mean, you said you took the money. You didn't know that you weren't supposed to. Well, that's not an excuse. And actually, you should know. It's your responsibility to know, actually, yes. But that being said, I was shocked that you even said what you said on the record. So,
Why are you shocked? I mean, she took a loan that was told that she was eligible. I mean,
First of all, my son and his wife were told that they were eligible.
we will let others interpret what was
And
possible.
that's the point. The point is the state and the preservation company appear to be working this out. The state is investigating it. Let them go forward. Okay? Let them do their job.
Frank, she's fixing it. You better throw something big in there now.
What you're not saying is that at 4 o'clock this afternoon, the Westchester County District Attorney's Office opened a criminal investigation on this. So I don't really think you should be saying
Your friends are
anything.
really working hard for you, Frank.
My friends, the Democratic District Attorney.
Friends are working hard for you.
You know,
Yeah, Frank, you're so innocent.
It's ill-tempered comments like
He's
that.
trying to create a scandal
I know, I'm
to replace people on the council.
Keep saying, keep running.
And you know he was digging for some little
Keep running your mouth.
technicality
There's
detail.
one lawsuit with that, you know?
Like I said.
But I didn't do anything here. We were not here.
we were on
We were not on
5.9%
this.
tax, so, I mean,
We
so
were
now we
not-
bring a lawsuit so we can't do that because you weren't man enough to
So-
say you wanted that
I
tax.
wasn't man enough.
There you go.
The reality is this, let it run its course.
You are
The reality is
unbelievable.
The city has a responsibility, the city has a responsibility though, when these
Piece of
types
work.
of information comes out in the public.
When these types of informations come out in the public, we have a responsibility to learn how to speak English properly.
I don't think it should be on city
Councilman.
letters. Let it come from
Well,
the-
it's from